we are going to go on. I'm going to run this session in two parts. First is a presentation where I will walk you through all the products, all the subscriptions that institution currently has. And secondly, I'm going to take you to the Emerald Insight platform in a better way to filter the content or research the content that would suit your needs. I'm also briefly going to touch upon the publishing part, especially publishing with Emerald, but that is just going to be a very beginner session. So hopefully you will find this session useful. And okay, let's see. Right. So at Emerald, we believe research should ignite debate, it should generate ideas, and above all, research should create an impact and drive positive change in the society. So with that idea in mind, Emerald Publishing was founded by a group of academicians in 1967. So about 50 years ago, this group of professors wanted to deliver high quality applied research to a global audience of researchers, students, professionals, and they wanted to convert theory of research papers into action. So since the launch of our first journal, Management Decision, we have remained committed to growing a portfolio of research that creates real impact on the society. Our portfolio involves 310 journals, over 2,000 books, and 2,000 teaching cases. We also we have a base of nearly 60,000 authors, 15,000 members on our editorial advisory board, and content that comes from over 160 countries. We are also signatory of DORA, which is committed to making responsible use of metrics. So this is our portfolio. Like I said, we have about 310 journals, over 2,500 ebooks, and nearly 2,000 teaching cases. The content is published across all the fields of business, management, economics, engineering, and our e-journals span a wide range of subject disciplines, bringing to life most topical themes. All of our e-journals are double-blind, peer-reviewed by the editorial advisory board members. And our ebooks feature titles which reflect latest emerging trends. They are split into two portfolios. One is business management and economics, which will have ebooks related to business management subject areas, and then there is social sciences, which would have subjects like criminology, or let's say health sciences, public policy, education, and similar topics of socials from social sciences areas. We also publish teaching cases. Our teaching cases offer students an opportunity to explore real-world challenges. These teaching cases are accompanied with teaching notes for faculty members to help them emulate these challenges in a classroom setup. About a year and a half ago, we partnered with Oxford Analytica to bring expert briefings to academia. Expert briefings are daily impartial analysis of macroeconomic and geopolitical events. These are a great resource for any student who is working. They will get one repository of any current topic at one place. Very good for discussions, debate, especially for faculty members. It can be used in preparing for lectures. So expert briefings, all of this content from journals to expert briefings can be found on our web platform, Emerald Insight, which is home to over 2.5 lakh articles and on these subject areas. In terms of what the Institute is subscribing, you have access to e-journals and e-cases. I think I have written the number wrong here. This is 238, not 233. So you have access to over 238 journals, and you have access to teaching cases that come from over 70 countries. Just to break down these 238 journals. They are broken down into broad subject categories that includes accounting, finance, economics, with 41 journals, 55 journals from business management strategy, 25 from HR, 12 journals from information knowledge management, 23 from marketing, 16 from operation, logistics and quality, and 20 journals from property management, built environment, 13 journals from public policy, environmental management, 8 journals from hospitality management. This here is largely the collection for management students. Apart from that, the Institute is also subscribing to 26 journals from our engineering collection. Just to put these journals in terms of bibliometrics, in terms of indexing for you, 76 journals are accepted in a journal citations report, which means they all have an impact factor. Out of 238 journals, 217 journals receive a Scopus Cite score. 139 are listed in Emerging Sources Citation Index. 168 journals from the management portfolio, which is of nearly 212 journals, are ranked in ABDC journal quality list. Now, last year, there were over 30 million downloads from Emerald Insight, and half of the visitors from Emerald Insight come from developing economies. We don't keep any articles on embargo, which means as soon as an article is accepted for publishing, this article would be made available for everybody to read online. We make it available online for wider discoverability. And on an average, we have found that 50% of articles are downloaded within the first 3 months of their publication. These are some of the social media mentions. Our articles received around 450 articles were cited in multiple policy documents, and nearly 1,300 articles were carried out in news outlets. So this is the kind of engagement we have with users, and we want to continue creating content and bringing you content which will create an impact on the society, right? Now, these are the downloads based on last 3 years downloaded subject category, with International Journal Contract Management as the most downloaded journal from this subject category, followed by marketing. And most downloaded journal, however, is the International Journal of Contemporary Hospitality Management. This is from our Tourism and Hospitality Management portfolio. I just move on to our cases collection. Teaching cases allow students to test their assumptions and decision-making skills about real-world problems before taking their knowledge into the workplace. Cases from Emerald enhance this by focusing on regional relevance, comprehensive teaching notes, and exceptional learning outcomes. We have been publishing teaching cases for over 10 years, and our collection now features cases from over 17 countries, enabling faculty to select the most regional relevant content for their classes. Our collection is also designed to cover full spectrum of business management subject areas. So these are all the subject areas that are covered within the cases collection. We support the use of case method through free online learning materials to support faculty members in using best practices and while using these teaching cases. You also have access to emerging markets case studies collection from Emerald. This collection specifically from the emerging markets, and for the emerging markets, this collection involves real-world business scenarios for the classrooms. There are over 900 cases that are part of this collection. These are short 2,000 to 3,000 word cases, and all of these cases are accompanied with teaching notes for only to be accessed by faculty members. embedded emerging markets case studies is also indexed with Scopus. Right. So again, this covers this wide range of subject areas from management fields. To enable true engagement with the course material, students need to feel fully immersed in the content and that it relates to them. This is why we try to ensure this happens through our teaching cases. So we publish cases which are geographically varied as possible. We also publish cases from around the world, ensuring our collection represent the large brands as well as smaller SMEs that are more likely to reflect the local environments. That allows students to gain better understanding of the of wider organizations, of how they function, and also of smaller enterprises, of a local working environment, and something which they might face. As a user of Emerald's case study, you will get access to well-written cases that are equally that allow the case to be adopted by teaching staff without the need for any additional research. The teaching notes are only accessible for faculty members, and when we go to the platform, I will show you how faculty members can access these teaching notes. All of the cases are double-blind peer-reviewed and are tested in a classroom setup, which means before their publication, they have been tested in a classroom to the sort of experience that to have it in written, the exact experience that that a faculty member can face in a classroom. So it will have if your discussion tends to go in some direction, if students are not participating as much as you want to, what are the steps that you can take while engaging, while doing these cases in a classroom. Also, we offer unlimited campus-wide access, ensuring faculty can select and access cases as and when they need. Also to ensure universities aren't paying twice for the same content. So this reduces in administrative burden as compared to pay-per-view model. With an increased focus on online teaching, we understand that remote teaching is one of the primary focuses for universities at the moment. To support this, we have created a module on the Cases Learning Hub that will provide guidance and support to those new or unfamiliar to using cases as a form of teaching in a classroom. So teaching Cases Learning Hub is a free online training module. These are some of the modules that are part of the Cases Hub. These are free to read. These videos are 5 to 10 minutes long. You can read these videos. There are different modules on the platform which one can access, and then they can earn badges. You can save your progress. You can do it whenever you feel like, and this is largely developed by the editor of Emerald Emerging Market Case Studies, and also faculty members who have experience with publishing and teaching with cases. Right, so without staying further on the slides, I'm going to take you to the platform. The platform's link is this, emerald.com/insight. All of our content can be accessed through this platform. And like I said, we don't keep any articles on embargo, so you will be able to find any latest content that is published with Emerald Publishing. Also, this website can be accessed on any sort of personal devices like your laptop, mobile phones, or your iPads. It is optimizable to any of these devices, and you can download content in HTML or PDF. There is no restrictions in terms of how much content you can download, and like it has a multi-user institution-wide access. So same article can be read by a lot of people at the same time. I am going to exit. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 minute and exit the presentation mode so I can take you to the website. All right. 1 second, I will share this screen again. Okay. I'm also going to share the link in chat for, so if I type Emerald inside here, I am going to, the first link that I will see is of the platform. So that's one way of going to this platform. I've shared the link in the chat for anybody to access. Also, if you're not aware, the SLIIT website also has link to Emerald Publishing. You will have access through your VPN to the platform. So once you go to your university website and you, 1 second, I'll just, let me see, yeah, sorry, here it is. So on the home page itself, you will have a library link where you will find all the content that you can, all the content that you're subscribing from any other publisher as well as Emerald. My internet is a bit slow, so it's taking some time, right? So once you come to this platform, you will see Emerald inside here. And when you click on this, it will ask you for your VPN login, and you can use this platform to log in and access the content. Otherwise, other way to go to the platform is through just directly typing Emerald inside in Google, and that will be the first result to show up. Now, once you're on the platform, there are a couple of things that you need to do. If you're logging through VPN, you will be automatically authenticated. But let's say you are not using it through that VPN, or you are using it through some other method. Actually, I'm going to register so I can show you. Once, if a lot of you are faculty members here, and you want to access register yourself on the platform. Once you register on the platform, so registration is very, very simple. It will require a couple of details only. So it require your name and your email address. Because you will be authenticated through your VPN, this you will not need to enter your organization access number, which is something that the Emerald is providing that do not have technological support to provide VPN. But so you enter your name here and enter the email address that you would use to access, or this email address would only be used to send you any updates on the platform. The platform was launched about 2 years ago now. So it's still, a lot of things are still a work in progress. So when you register, and if there are any updates about the platform, then any new features that are being added to the platform, you will get an email on the email ID you will use to register on register here. So once you have registered here, once you have registered, you will need to share these email IDs with the librarians to authorize us who would need access. We don't want any students to access the teaching notes. So any request to access teaching notes would have to come through the librarian. So you will need to send this list of email address, or if you want access, so send in your email address to the librarian asking for access to teaching notes, and then they will forward it to us. We can then set it up for you to have access to teaching notes. So it sounds like a slightly longer process, but it doesn't take a lot of time, right? So once you have registered, you will get an email on this email ID to activate your link and create your own password. Then you can go to login, and you will be able to put in the email ID and the password that you have used to register, you've created. So now that I have a password, now once I'm authenticated to the platform, I will start to see my name and the account that I'm associated with. So here you will see the name of the institute. And because currently I'm using a demo account, so this is where it shows a demo account. Now, once you're on this platform, you can go to My Products section. My Products section is a place where all your holdings are placed. Anything that the institute is currently subscribing, or anything that institute previously subscribed to. Let's say you were subscribing to some content 5 years ago, but are not subscribing to that content currently. You will be able to access all of that content published during the duration of your subscription here. In my product section. So here it will show me, like, I have in my demo account, I have access to ebooks, expert briefings, management journals, and e-case collection. So you will be able to see all of this in your my product section as well, where you will see everything that the institute is or was subscribing. Now I'm going to go back to the home page, and we will run with a simple search. So like any other search platform, this has a simple search bar, and you can start by typing any keyword into it. So let's say I start by typing with the keyword of 2020, which is COVID. So if I type COVID, I can simply do a search here now, and sorry, am I still sharing this screen?
No.
Yeah, sorry, I will just share it again. It just stopped sharing it. Okay, so now once you're here on this platform, if you type COVID, you will see all the results that are associated with the keyword, and here you can see the type of content that is published with this keyword. So you have executive summary and expert briefings, both are part of expert briefings. Early site article is part of research articles from journals. Graphic analysis is also part of expert briefings, and then case studies are, as it says, case studies. And you can see there are over 1100 articles which are in early site articles. So when I said that we don't keep any articles on embargo, and so sometimes what will happen when you submit an article for publishing in any journal, if it's for a hard copy volume or a print volume, it will wait for all the articles to come before they publish the print version. But in an online format, we are given the freedom of publishing it as soon as it's accepted. So rather than waiting for 10 articles to come and then publish the print version, let's say my article is the first one and it's a proof of publishing, it will be made available online on the platform for everybody to be able to read it. So that's an early print version. Right, so you can see all the articles here. You can filter the content by your access type. I can filter this content by the publication timeline as well. Now I'm going to type another keyword. Let's say I type finance here. As soon as I start typing keywords, so this has this predictive search capability. So if I start typing, entering keywords, it will show me top results with this keyword. So right now there are a lot of ebooks that I can see with this content. Okay, so if you want to continue saying, let's say I want to search for Islamic finance. So if I search for Islamic finance, I get one journal, and there are 3 books with Islamic in the title. This is a very quick way to jump to particular journal. I can click on this and go to this journal page. But let's continue on this search page and try to look for more keywords. So in quick search is simple. Simply just type the keyword here and you can see all the results that will start to come up. It's sorted by relevance, and relevancy is something that is constantly updated based on how people are interacting with the content. Let's say I search for COVID, and this is not the article that I keep clicking the every time I see this, but this is the article that I'm clicking more. So in a week's time, or in a couple of weeks, this article will become more relevant. It'll start to show on top. For that keyword, the relevancy is constantly changed. But you can sort this by a publication timeline, newest to oldest or oldest to new. And with every article, you will see that there are formats, two different formats available for you to download or see this article in. One is an HTML format, the other is PDF format. And if you click on the headline title of the article, it will take you to the HTML format of the article. And if you just simply click, it will download the article in a PDF format. Below this, you will see there is a summary and detail section. Now, this summary and detail section, if you expand it, will give you an overview of what this article is all about. So, what was the purpose of this article? What methodology was used? What were the results, implications, and just a summary of this article for a quick read for you to, and also there are certain keywords associated with this article. Now, let's say if I was doing a research on how COVID is impacting supply chain, so I may want to read it. When I want to read it, I can click on this and go to this article and start reading. Now on this article, so first you will see name of the authors, and you click on it, you will see name of the institutes that these authors are affiliated to. Then below that is the name of the journal, and on this side you will see there is a altmetric score. Now altmetric is something which captures citations or mentions of an article in non-scholarly publishing. So if your article is being talked about in news media outlets or published in a blog, Twitter, Facebook, Wikipedia, in policy documents, anywhere. So altmetrics will capture that and will assign it a score based on where it's being mentioned. It covers traditional media, both mainstream like newspaper, television. It will cover. It will also cover many non-English titles as well. Right, so I will show you a better example of altmetrics with a fewer. This is just one altmetric here. So this has a publication date of 9 September. So the hard copy of this article, print version of the article will come out in September, but it's already available to you in March. So that would be an early site article. And as you can see, it's already got an altmetric score of one, like already one person is tweeting about it. Right, so on the right hand side here, there are all these related articles. So earlier we saw these keywords which this article is associated to. Based on those keywords, you will see all related articles. So some of it is a third party content which is powered by TrendMD. So let's say this one, last three are TrendMD powered. There's a third party content which means that you may or may not have access to this content, but the top three are from Embedded Insights, or based on your access, you will have access to the content that is here. And on left hand side of this article, you will see a navigation bar for this article, and if you want to jump to a particular page, you can, a particular section within this article, you can simply click here. So let's say I click in Sand in the Wheels of Global Neoliberalism. I can read, I can see, I can look at the manufacturing in the post-COVID-19 world, and I want to go back, read how neoliberal globalization has shaped the globe. I can jump to these sections. Right? There's a small case study within this article. So all the sections within this article is right. So this is the quick search where you type in a keyword, search the article, and go to that article and simply start reading it. You can refine your searches based on the keywords that this article is associated to. Right. So I showed you all these keywords here. So you can, let's say if this was the keyword that you were looking for and you want to look for more supply chain related articles, I can go to advanced search and I can start using multiple syntaxes to search for the articles that I'm looking for. So I'm going to type COVID and I'm going to type a supply chain. Now, when you see here, so I can search where I want to search these keywords. I can search within all emerald content or just journal articles. So I'm only going to look for journal article, early site articles, and maybe case studies. Right. So this is what I'm currently subscribing to. So this is where I want to search. And now I can filter where this keyword is located. So I can filter it through this drop down menu, so I can see if I want this keyword to appear in all fields or just the title of the article or the abstract of the article. I can search from, I can filter this through here. Similarly, I can do this with the second keyword as well. Now you have these three Boolean operators, and or not. So what these three Boolean operators will allow you to, it will allow you to put these multiple keywords together. So and will combine the two keywords in a search, and or would search for both the keywords separately. So the difference is when I'm using an article would have both the keywords in the article, whereas in or I will have articles with either COVID or supply chain. So this would filter my research. It would make my research more concise, whereas or would widen my search results. So if I were to look for two similar keywords, let's say I'm looking for financial crisis and recession, I can use those two keywords in a or, which would widen my search results. If I were to search for pandemic and COVID and I want to look for more pandemic related articles, I can do an or, which would again widen my search results. Let's try here. I'm going to put COVID, pandemic, and I'm going to add another keyword with supply chain. So now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to search for COVID or pandemic along with supply chain in the article. And let's see if, what are the search results that have come up. Right. So here you will see that, these are all the keywords where they have pandemic or are related to COVID, and with supply chain as the main keyword for them. So they're looking for COVID and supply chain, and pandemic and supply chain, right? So those two keywords along with the third keyword. A not would exclude that keyword from the entire search. So if I say not here, it would exclude pandemic from the entire search. So if I was only looking for anything to do with just COVID and supply chain, but pandemic word should not appear anywhere in the field, I can run this search and let's see how it works. So now there are about 98 articles with just COVID, but no pandemic in the search results. Right, so this is an advanced. So advanced search options allow you to combine two keywords, exclude two keywords, or widen or have two keywords or more than two keywords to filter the content on the platform. If I can also now filter this, let me try another keyword here. Let's try, I'm going to try Six Sigma, and I'm going to try this with higher education, right? Okay, so we'll gradually go by searching through one keyword at a time. Now, if I do the search with Six Sigma, I Let's see how many articles I will get. I get about 5,000 articles, which are just article type and case studies. So if I go back, I can add a keyword here and say higher education. So I'm looking for Six Sigma and higher education. And I can do this search again. So now it's combining those two keywords, it's filtering content. Now from 5,000, I've come to 2,000 articles. And if I were to add exclude another keyword, let's say I don't want anything to do with quality management. I'm going to say not. So I want articles which are Six Sigma high but do not have quality management as a keyword in the article, right? So there are now 161 articles of the 5,000 where we began our search. So depending on how you use your different keywords, you will be able to filter your search results, get down to exactly what you want. Now I can also filter this content based on only content that I have access to. So I think this would largely be 161 because we are using article in early site articles only. I can filter this content through timeline here as well. Right, so that's one way. That's the second way of searching. First was a quick search where you just type in the keyword in the search bar. Second was using multiple filters to search your keyword. Now when you are searching this keyword through multiple filters, let's say you are doing an assignment. I was using this for my factorial design assignment once. Factorial design. So I wanted to know more about what factorial design is, how to use it. So I typed factorial design. Now, once I've typed factorial data and how to do what research they have used, I can go here and start typing more keywords. Now, once I start typing those keywords, I move on to another assignment from another class. I don't want to remember the entire syntax that I was using, especially in this case where it's quite complicated. And also when you are doing a you want to retain these keywords which would otherwise cause you want to retain these keywords. You want to remember exactly what and how you use these keywords in what format. You can use save this search option here to save this entire syntax in that format. So let's say when you come back to it in a month or 2 months time, because research can take sometimes that long or longer than that. So when you come back to the platform to look for more articles with those same keywords, you can go to save the search option or save some content that you are looking for. So any new content which matches that criteria will now be added to those searches. So let's say I was looking for Six Sigma and quality management. If I were to click, ideally difficult in terms of reading or understanding this, but it's quite useful, especially when you are. So we are, like I said, the platform, we are still working on some functionality. So this is one of the functionality that we are trying to improve, where search results are more reader friendly. Right. So if I were to go to another article from here, I'm looking for Six Sigma and quality management, and I'm only looking for content that I have access to. I can click here. Right, so how do I know there is some content that I don't have access to? I'm going to click again here. So anything with this restriction option is content that you don't, or I don't have access to in this case. Right, so this here, everything and anything with a green tick is the content that I can access. Right, but so I'm going to go on top and filter this by content that I have access to. Right, so this is all the content that I have access to. I can sort this by newest to oldest. And okay, so it's the newest content. If I go here, if I click on this, And if I were to see the affiliations, so I can see these are authors, this is the institute they are affiliated to, and this is the journal that they have published in. Like I said, you can see the abstract, navigation bar here. You can see methodology, data, results. And towards the end of the page, go down here on this page, you will see a list of all the tables, graphs, any images that are used within this article. Now, you can go to these images while reading the article as well, but at the end, you will have a repository of all of these tables that are used in the article. While you are reading this article, it will open in a separate window for you to allow access while reading the article, while at the same time reading, going through the studying the graph or the table, for easy navigation of easy understanding of the tables or charts. Okay, so that's those were the two things I wanted to say. Now, other way of finding out content for yourself is going to browser content. In browser content, you have these headers where if you want to search for some content, you can go to case studies, you can look for journals. Let's say if I were to just search COVID, again, I will get all of this content here. Right. So if I were to look at a book part, I can either search here, or I can go to this browse content and go to books and journals and start typing the names and titles of the book here as well. Here you can filter the content based on the subject areas. So if I'm looking at only journals, and I'm looking at journals only in tourism and hospitality, I can click here. This will give me journal names based on tourism and hospitality. Or if I were to go on supply chain management, I can click here, and let's see if it has any more. So this has more subject categories within that. It's managing quality and operational logistics quality. So you can either expand and click on one of those, or just click on the umbrella keyword. Now, so that's third way of searching journal or journal content. You can go to this particular journal, and if you're looking for specific type of article in that journal, let's say I'm looking for just articles in benchmarking journal on COVID, I can type COVID here in the search bar, and if I do a search, it will give me articles only from this article that matches this criteria. Okay. I can also subscribe to a table of contents alert, which means anytime a new article is added to this journal, I will get an alert on the email ID I used to log into the platform. So if I click here, it has subscribed me to the alerts. If let's say I don't want to subscribe to it anymore, I can simply click on unsubscribe, and it will be unsubscribed as easily. If you want to see everything that you were, any table of content alert that you were subscribing to, you can go to your profile section. And in this profile section, you will be able to see all the content alerts. And you can unsubscribe from here as well. Okay, so now we have gone over 3, and I'm just going to show you 4th one, which is just the least used way of searching, but it's a good way of searching if you want to search in a list format or any content that you're looking just in the list format. So I'm going to go to this management e-journal from my product section. Here in the details section, if you go, it will give you a breakdown of all the journals that are part of this portfolio. And these journals are then broken down into articles from each journal. So there are 221 journals in the management journal portfolio, and each journal will have number of articles. So if I have access, I'm going to look at British Food Journal here, and if I click, and it will give me a list of all the articles just in a list format. So if you have published an article, if you're waiting to just get a list of all the articles, again, this can be used. You can easily copy this, convert it to Excel, and use this for data analysis only in if you're looking for keywords in heading, title of the article. So you can do that as well just by copying this in a list format. You can also run keyword search through here if you really want to do that. You can also run a keyword search here, but I mean, like I said, this is one of the least used ways of searching content, but it's a good way of looking at content in a list format and easy to transfer to an Excel format. Yeah, so you can do that here. Again, my product section is essentially for your holdings. You can do a quick search by going to the search bar, typing keywords, and going to and looking at the search results page. If you want to use multiple keywords, use advanced search. And the more you use it, the more you will get familiar on how to run your advanced searches better. I'm going to show you some cases content here, and then we will see how the case teaching notes look like. Right, so this I've gone from browser content case studies to the case studies section. I'm going to the Emerald Emerging Markets case studies. In this case study section, you can now type keywords here. So let's say I'm looking for supply chain. I can just simply type supply chain here, and it will search all the content just in the emerging markets case studies with supply chain as the keyword. Right, so you can see all this content that is published here. I can now filter this by newest to oldest, and all of this content is available to me. I'm going to look at Managers Conundrum in Governing Farmers Association. Right, so once you are on a case study page, you will see there's a case section and a teaching notes section. So if you don't have access to teaching notes, you will be able to see this, but once you click on it, you will not be able to access the content. But case section is something that is available for all the students or anybody who has access to the case studies will be able to go through the cases section. And then in teaching notes, you can download teaching notes in a separate PDF format. Right, and then there is like I said, you will have teaching notes, what are the teaching objectives, what research methodologies or methods you want to use. So this is for an undergraduate level, and for postgraduate level, what would they like you to do as a conducting member, any associated videos with this teaching case. What are the questions for to be discussed in a classroom while teaching this. So they have also given a easy difficulty level for each question. So this is an easy question, difficult, moderate, right? And different tables. What is the plan for teaching? So they have really outlined everything, and here they have given you minutes, how much time this will take. So this section should take about 10 minutes and 10 minutes for this. So it really helps faculty members plan their sessions well in advance. You with a lot of it will make it easier for everyone to make a classroom very engaging and inspiring. I'm also doing an online classroom program where my faculty member would use cases to teach us certain concepts. So it's really engaging. I mean, having experienced as a student myself, I found it really useful. So all of this can be used here. So these are the suggested solutions. So all of the details are, in order for you to make this class or make this session a very successful one, all of the details are here, right? So something like you can share the case with them, and then you can go through the teaching notes to make carry it out. So that was about cases, and we have covered journals and how to use the platform. I'm now going to go through just the publication process, how you can publish with us. If you have any questions related to the search part, please let me know. Okay. Um, okay. Right. So I'm going to just quickly go to the, so let's say this, I have a journal here. I'm planning to publish in a journal. So as a Emerald, at Emerald, we really support early career researchers, and want to give them all the resources that are available that make it easy for them to publish. You have a lot of guidelines available for you and on the platform. So the first step in publishing is selecting the journal you want to publish in, and the best way to identify that is to go through aims and scope of that journal. So I'm going to filter from here and go to the Emerald's, uh, let's say, alive. I'm going to look at, one second. Right, let's look at this journal, accounting research journal. So once you're on this page, each journal will have its own page, and once you go to that page, it will take you about the journal section. In about the journal section, it'll give you outline, it'll give you guidelines um, on what are the aims and scope of the journal, what are the author guidelines. So in order to first identify which journal you are going to publish in, you need to go through aims and scope of the journal. Aims and scope are nothing but the purview in which this journal will publish an article. So let's say you were writing, you were doing any research which does not match the criteria of this journal. Your article, irrespective of how great that is, it would be rejected because it does not match with what this journal publishes in. So it's really important to go to aims and scope of each of the journals that you want to publish in. So if I go here from the publish section, if I say publish in a journal, and here I can find a lot of resources that will help me. Now, if I want to find the right journal for me, going by find a journal, I can filter journals through subject area, and I'm still looking for operations. And while I'm in operation, it'll give me a list of all the journals that are in the operations, logistics, and quality subject category. I can go through all the aims in scope. I can understand if my article is the best fit for this, which journal. Now, once you have gone through the aims and scope and you have identified that this is the right journal for you, but you still have certain doubts, or you want to speak to the editorial team, here are all the details. Each journal will have its own editorial team, and they will have their contact information, so you can get in touch with them. So if you want to ask questions about that publication timeline, or tracking your articles, you can ask the publication manager or content editor. If you want to know if your article is really suitable for this journal or not, then you can message the editor of the journal. They would be able to tell you. Now, once you have got your questions clarified, you have got everything in place, you can then go to the author guidelines. In author guidelines, you will get how to prepare your manuscript. Articles which are only 2,000 to 3,000 words, while some will accept articles which are over 5,000 to 6,000 words. So if there is a discrepancy already at the word limit range, you will not be able to. Your article again is more susceptible to being rejected at a very initial stage. Also, with stricter guidelines to publishing, you may want to look at indexing and ranking of the journal, right? So where is this journal indexed? You can see that this journal is indexed in Scopus. Some institutes really emphasize that they want to publish only in Scopus index journal. So you can see in indexing and ranking where this journal is indexed. And let's say once you see that this journal is not the right journal for you, you can see in the related journals what other journals can be part where you can search for your article. Okay, so that was very quickly I'm sorry, I think I'm just running over time here. Ma'am, just give me 5 minutes. I'll try to wrap up. And I'm going to show you some resources which you will be able to use while you are doing research. So you have these how-to guides for author, editing, and review, and for research. In research, you will see all these research free to use resources on research method, observation, data analysis, and other things. And also in, again, if you, as an author, if you go here, there is also an author how to, sorry, there's an author how to guide. Author how to guide has tips on effective writing. So it will basically get you started on writing your manuscript, how to write an abstract, how to make your article more better SEO friendly. Since everything is now being searched online, you want to make it easy to discover on any search platform. So all of that information you will be able to find in these how-to sections. These how-to sections are free to access and free for everybody to use. And I, like I said, I have overruns. Do let me know. Meanwhile, I'm going to share a couple of resources with you so you can use them later. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm looking at, right, these are writing emerald case. I wanted to share this link. So since we learn more about how to access, what are the requirements for teaching online and other things, writing a case study or in terms of teaching a case study. So that is a great resource for anybody to use. Yes, I think with that very rushed way, I am sort of finished. So
yeah, thank you very much, Ms. Pooja. It was really interesting session, and if we had more time, I think there may be many. This is very good for our staff also. And before ending, I think there are no much questions here. One student is asking whether we have the recordings. Normally, the recordings we are publishing through the library Facebook page for a certain period. If you go to the library Facebook page, you can refer this for a certain period. Other than that, there's no questions. So I invite Dean of the School of Business, Professor Samantha Terichagodu, to give a ending remark for this session. And it is really great, Pooja.
thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Professor Terichagodu will have the ending remarks.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Pushpamala, our great librarian, for organizing this. And in the meantime, I would like to give my sincere thanks to Ms. Pooja Trivedi. Am I correct? How to pronounce? Yeah.
Yes,
okay. Yeah. Actually, this type of sessions actually very useful for our final year students, especially who are in the research work, and the meantime for our staff. So that so you gave actually quite clear that description, as well as this awareness about how to navigate the site is very important, because if we don't have good idea about how to navigate through a particular website, you spend unnecessary time, right? So it's very clear that, so even I also got quite familiar with this Emerald Insight site, and then I also wanted to actually go through many journals, because we are quite interested in publishing ABDC, as you just explained, because when we are moving to this accreditation, that is very important for us, especially. So I encourage my staff members to publish as much as possible in Emerald journals, because it is having an intersection with the ABDC journal ranking journal also. So with that, I think again I would like to say my sincere thanks to Pooja, and I think Mr. Vinay Kumar also there in the audience. I should thank him as well, because he always communicating with us and try to provide the good solution to SLIIT and SLIIT student and the staff. So thank you again, Mr. Pooja. So we wish to see you again with the similar type of sessions in the future as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you for everybody. I mean, it's quite late for everybody to be sitting and attending the session, but thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.